Here is our color spectrum. Please take note of where the color infrared is, just outside our visible range. Let's consider where this light comes out of the prism, and how infrared is just above and beyond our color red here. Now let's observe those refraction angles. Please take notice of how violet and ultraviolet are the most refracted light rays, and how infrared and red are the least refracted light rays. In a way, our prism here is like our atmosphere. I'm not saying our atmosphere is triangular by any means, but there is more of it the lower you go, and less of it the higher you go. As we understand, light that passes through our atmosphere also gets refracted. The farther that light gets from the sun, as it passes through the atmosphere, the more that light separates due to refraction, thus creating the spectrum that we see. This is why mountains appear red in the early morning light. And the closer the light is to the sun, the wider that light is, because it has experienced less refraction and less separation. Here we can observe a part of that spectrum in the sky, looking north over Las Vegas at sunrise. As you can see, that red light reaches a lot farther than the orange and yellow light does. Now, because infrared is the least sensitive to refraction, it is able to reach much farther than all of the other colors. This allows us to see things with infrared cameras that are much farther away than we would normally be able to see.
So I walked out at the Point Duvet Natural Preserve, very nice observational location, and most of my filming was from about halfway up. It was a bit windy, so I stayed on the left side of that hill there. And anyway, here's a clip. This is what you saw in the visible spectrum. You could barely see Mount Baldy there, and that's Point Palos Verdes right there, and Catalina, kind of like through haze, atmospheric haze. The altitude was about 150 feet, right about here, and up top is about 200 feet. I'll use that later to do an analysis of what we're seeing. Now, let's zoom in a little bit here to see, this is just a photo. See, we can barely see Mount Baldy. It's about 70 miles away. But notice, we don't see anything else out there. But in infrared, it will show up clearly. Have a look at this miraculous imagery.
Look at that. I'm just from Point Duvet. So that's so looking. Santa Monica right there.
Now let's have a look at some high-resolution infrared photos. Look at that, folks. So much resolution, 24 megapixels. This was taken with a Sony Alpha 6000 converted to 830 nanometer infrared. Look at that. Just incredible. Infrared is an amazing technology, folks, but even more amazing is what it reveals. Behold the flat Earth, folks. This image is so powerful. Just have a look at this, folks. That mountain is over 123 miles away.
The whole reason we can see this mountain in infrared, but not with our naked eyes, is because of refraction. Now listen carefully as I share with you the home run point of this entire lesson. The sun's light has a limited range, due to the effects of the atmosphere. This claim is sustained by everything we just saw and learned about. And all of this plays a big part in explaining how we are able to have night and day on a flat Earth. Thank you for watching. If you would like to see more of that infrared footage I shared with you, please follow the link in the description and give the author a like. His video actually continues, and he has some other interesting things to say.
Hey, Karen, being the current queen of Flat Earth, it must be hard to find Flat Earth friends. Do you know an easy way to find cool people like yourself and solid info about our stationary horizontal level plane? Keep in mind, David Weiss is listening.
Why, yes, that would be the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app.
Yeah, it's the perfect gift for friends, family, and complete strangers. Watch the featured video every day for 2 weeks and see what happens. It'll be the best $2.99 you've ever spent.